Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Riviera Beach with Councilwoman Kashamba Miller Anderson. I'm so glad you all decided to join us today. We have several guests here today. We have Mr. Corey Brooks and Mr. Timothy Nance from John F. Kennedy Middle School. We will have Mr. Scott Evans from our CRA department here in Riviera Beach, as well as our new city manager, Mr. Jonathan Evans. I want to first start off by saying I appreciate everyone calling and emailing to respond to the new show that we've started. As I said before, it's all about trying to provide information to our community, providing nonprofit organizations an opportunity to share what your organization is all about, to be able to make sure that our community members are able to receive your services. Also, we want to identify our community members who are going above and beyond the call of duty in their neighborhoods. We would like to recognize you. So please be sure to send those names in. Now, we have children that are doing wonderful things as well out there in our community. So all of our educators, please be sure to submit the names. You can always contact me. So please be sure to let me know who are some people that are doing wonderful things out there in the city. First, we have our guest here, Mr. Timothy Nance, Assistant Principal, and Mr. Corey Brooks, Principal at John F. Kennedy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, you know, like I said before, with this particular TV show, we want to be able to highlight our schools here in Riviera Beach. And so want to give you an opportunity to explain to our community what are some of the great things that are taking place over there at Kennedy.
Well, first of all, I would like to say thank you,
Nope.
Councilwoman Miller Anderson, for this opportunity to talk about some of the great things that are going on at JFK.
Yes.
Because we truly have a robust array of things that truly make our students and schools special.
Exactly.
But as principal of John F. Kennedy Middle School, I'm very proud of our NYP program. Currently, we are a fully authorized World IB school.
Okay.
And we offer years 1, 2, and 3 of the MYP program. And MYP stands for Middle Years Program.
Good, good.
Suncoast offers years 4 and 5.
Wow, so they can connect once they finish with your program,
Yes.
they can go roll right into Suncoast.
And out of all the middle schools in the county, John F. Kennedy is the only school that has preferred access. So if your student is currently attending or wants to attend John F. Kennedy, with being accepted and entering school, you'll be there 3 years, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Right.
Keep a B,
Average,
3.0, B average, and your behavior has to be intact.
Right.
You automatically get in
Wow.
to Suncoast. And,
wow. And we know that's very difficult for many kids to get in because of the lottery.
Yes.
You know, so that provides an opportunity for them to be able to
Yes.
get in, probably ahead of some of the others.
And we like being unique, and that's one caveat that no other school in the county has.
Exactly.
And we all know how prestigious and how world-renowned Suncoast is.
Exactly.
So I'm very proud of that because that was a long time in the making.
Wonderful.
And also we're 10 feet apart. So a lot of our students, Councilwoman Anderson Miller, are dual enrolled. We're dual enrolled, so you can only not only go to Kennedy and receive a great education, but you can also walk 10 feet away and begin
right
to
over
take
and
high
start.
school classes. So once you enter high school, you're already ahead of the curve.
Wow.
And this is our first year with our AVID program,
Okay.
and that's our college readiness program. I'm very proud of that, and I think that will be very, very good for our students in years to come because it takes those marginal students that just need slight tweaks in the academic process and catapults them to the next level and prepares them for college.
Excellent.
On the middle school level. And we also have our culinary, which we have a phenomenal teacher in our culinary department who's a caterer by trade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Preparing our kids for that branch who want to take part in the cooking and in the hotel pieces. And we have our pre-IT program also. A lot of people are unaware of that, but we have many students right now earning high school credits in coding,
Okay.
the Microsoft applications,
Yes, yes.
and web design.
Okay.
So as you can see, we have a lot of things going on at JFK, but I'm very proud to have this opportunity, and I can't thank you enough.
And those are those are exactly the things I want for our community to know, because not everyone is aware of all of the different and unique activities that are taking place at our schools. They think it's just about, the reading, writing, math, and arithmetic, as they said, but
Exactly.
it's more to it than that. And knowing that we have that right here in our backyard, we need to make sure that we're taking advantage of it. Let me ask you something really quickly about the catering group that you have, the culinary. Do they provide any catering for any people outside of the school, or can they be booked? Or
Anytime. Just contact the school, and you see, we're too healthy.
Yeah, so you're
individuals.
eating good, right?
Yeah, so we even take part in that program, and it's not just your Rice Krispie treats and your finger foods. They're cooking real food, and they're learning how, not only just how to cater food, but how to host.
Wow.
You know, how to set the table, and all the idiosyncrasies that go along with that business. And you always want to give kids opportunities to do things of that nature, because we feed into all the other neighboring high schools too, like your Gardens, Dwyer, your Lakes, and your Jupiter Highs, and a lot of them are not IB schools.
Exactly.
So like I said, you have the opportunity to go to Suncoast, and the academics there are robust, but we also are feeding into our other neighboring high schools too, and trying to mirror their academic and their choice programs.
That's
also
great. That's great. What about, do you have any tips that we could provide some of our parents in terms of what they can do at home to assist them, or you have anything else that you want to add to this discussion?
Yeah, well, I thank you for asking, because that's a very critical component that we want to make sure that our parents are aware of, and how they can help enhance their child's education.
Exactly.
We have several programs with our adaptive technology, iReady, iReady programs, our Reading Plus programs, are programs that we want to make sure our students utilize not only while they're at school, but also while they're at home.
So all of these are accessible on the internet or through the school district's website?
Yes, and if parents have any questions or concerns related to that, they can always get in touch with us there at the school.
Okay. And what's the phone number for the school?
Of course, 561, and it's 845-4500.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
So
great.
845-4500.
Wonderful.
Would definitely help out. And we also, so that's a very good thing that we want to make sure we emphasize. Also, we want to make sure the parents are aware of the fact that we're getting ready to go into our testing season.
Yes.
We're getting ready to go into our testing season, which starts on the 10th of April.
Okay.
And it pretty much lasts through May the 18th.
Wow.
That's our testing schedule. So we want to make sure the parents emphasize and monitor their children, and making sure they're getting a good night's sleep.
Right.
We want to make sure that they're, getting that healthy meal, getting a nice breakfast, making sure that the children are mentally ready.
Exactly.
No issues or anything, just mentally ready and ready to come in and take the test and do what they have to do to score their best. So we want to make sure that the parents are aware of that. And so, like we say, we just want to emphasize those things because we want all of our children to do their best.
Right, right. And we so appreciate everything that you all are doing over there. I know it is not a very easy task, but you all are doing a phenomenal job. And with all of the programs that you have over there, it's providing a lot of opportunities for students that, we didn't have when we were in school. We were on the cutting edge as Suncoast Chargers when the magnet program first began, but it has really come a long way since then. And, we want to make sure our children take advantage of all the opportunities that are presented to them. Are there any other information sections or topics that you think our kids and parents really need to know? Anything else you want to add to this conversation?
Well, I would like to add that another thing that we have for the parents is morning care. We have our morning care programs where the kids are coming in and they're also receiving, homework assistance. We have that not only in the morning but also after school.
What are the hours for that?
We start at about 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And we go right into the school day.
Okay.
The kids will leave morning care, then they'll go and eat breakfast, and then we'll prepare for our school day. We also have a robust program after school that goes pretty much every day, Monday through Thursday, that ends approximately around 5:45.
Okay.
So kids are available to get that assistance that's needed throughout the year.
Okay, that's great, great. Well, again, I thank you so much for coming and being on the show with us to let our community know. We have some really wonderful things going on in our schools. And just give me one more time the contact information. We have Mr. Corey Brooks, our principal, and Mr. Timothy Nance, our assistant principal. Give us the phone number to the school just in case we have some people that want to contact you.
Our contact information is 561-845-4500.
Okay.
Fax is 561-845-4537.
Okay.
And our doors are always open. Like Mr. Nance said, we have an extended school day.
Yes.
We want our kids there, you know, whether it's before school, after school, of course, during school. But we know they're less likely to get in trouble,
Yes.
or they're less likely to, we just want them there, you know,
Yes,
for
yes.
safety and concern. And we're the surrogate parents when the parents aren't around.
Right.
But I just want to say thank you again, Councilwoman Anderson Miller. The city has been great to us,
Yes.
and I can't go without saying that. And I would also be remiss if I didn't thank my staff. And I
Yes.
have wonderful students at Kennedy because they do a great job with what we have.
That's right.
And Kennedy is on the move.
Right.
We've been a double C since FSA started, the new testing started, and hopefully we'll bring something better than a C,
right.
which will be a B or A to make Riviera Beach proud once again.
Wonderful, wonderful. We thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us today. We'll be right back. We have Mr. Scott Evans, our CRA director, that will be joining us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Dad's home!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit.
I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Riviera Beach with Councilwoman Kashamba Miller Anderson. Today we have joining us during this segment Mr. Scott Evans, our interim director over at the CRA department. Welcome, Mr. Evans.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so glad for you to be here. I know you're wondering, why are you here today?
Indeed.
Yes, well, we just want to talk a little bit about what our CRA has to offer to our community members. Also, you know, we have a lot of people probably are wondering, what does a CRA do? Why do we have a CRA? And how can the CRA benefit our community?
Okay.
So just tell us a little bit about the CRA.
Great. Okay.
Thank you again for coming.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. Our community redevelopment area the agency is created by the Florida statutes.
Okay.
It's designed for cities or counties
Right.
to eliminate blight and promote redevelopment.
Okay.
And they do that by reinvesting the tax dollars that are collected in the CRA area specifically back into that area.
Okay.
The real benefit for Riviera Beach is that it allows us to collect about $2.8 million of tax revenue that would normally go to the county. And because we're a CRA, those county tax dollars are then able to be reinvested directly into Riviera Beach.
Great. Now, it's not the entire Riviera Beach, it's just the specific areas. Can you kind of give us a little general area of what is considered a CRA?
So the CRA extends between Silver Beach Road and the Port of Palm Beach.
Okay.
That's our north and south boundary. And then there's a small portion that goes over to Singer Island.
Okay.
It's basically the north and south side of Blue Heron Boulevard all the way to the Ocean Mall.
Okay.
And then along the Broadway corridor, it extends from the Intercoastal Waterway to Avenue F.
Okay.
And then we have a small segment that it is between 10th Street and 6th Street.
Okay.
And that is between Barack Obama Highway on the east and Australian on the west.
Okay.
So it's
Where we
it's
have a lot of
little bit an
construction
irregular
going
shape.
on over there in that area.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. Okay. So tell me a little bit about some of the community programs, or how can our residents take advantage of those tax dollars that are being reinvested into the area?
The CRA currently has several responsibilities. One of them is our neighborhood services.
Okay.
So neighborhood services, they're focused on improving our residential neighborhoods.
Okay.
They offer affordable housing programs, including a home buyers club. The home buyers club is designed to help residents improve their credit, get credit counseling, and then with a goal towards qualifying them for home ownership.
Wow, yes, and we just have recently had a few homes that were built off of 13th Street, correct? Was
Yes.
that a part of that program?
Yeah, that was, we call
Right.
it our Renaissance program. Our partner is Palm Beach County in that.
Okay.
And we actually just finished 5 homes.
Wonderful.
And we'd like to build another 5 homes in this coming year.
Great, great.
Another program we have is we sponsor Paint Up, Fix Up. So if you need your home painted, if you're a homeowner, you can apply to get your house painted.
Okay.
that's
Is there an
at no
income?
cost.
No cost.
No cost, no income restrictions whatsoever.
You just
have
need
to
to
own
live
your own home.
Own your own home, and what about you have to live within the CRA boundaries?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to live within the CRA boundary.
Okay.
That is the one restriction.
Okay.
Another benefit we have is we have a new program that was recently approved that allows us to invest up to $20,000 into improving single-family homeowners. So if you own your own home, you can also apply to our residential grant program.
And is there an income-based requirement?
That's not income-based either.
Okay, but they still need to be within the
you
CRA
need to be
boundaries.
in the CRA.
Okay.
And hopefully we'd like in the future to mirror that program so that it's available to everyone in the city.
Right.
That's our
right.
goal.
Okay.
But right now, for
Just
in the
start
short
off
term,
a little small and then hopefully expand it.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So that's our neighborhood programs. Future program we have coming up is for all of our business owners.
Okay.
If you own a business, so whether you lease the property or you own it, you can apply for a commercial grant.
Okay.
And for that grant program, you have to have a contribution, but we'll match it. So if you contribute $1, we'll provide $4.
Oh, wow.
And that goes towards improving your property, adding beautification like landscaping, perhaps fixing your roof, some signage. So any of our commercial or business owners, we're hoping to start that program in the month of April.
Wonderful. Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
What about we have our community garden over there
Yes.
off of 10th Street. Tell us a little bit about that. What are some of the things they do over there? Are the community members able to go pick some of the crops that are out there?
Yeah, our community garden we're trying to expand the program.
Okay.
We built a garden as a sort of a sample of a perfect type arrangement, but the ultimate goal is for that garden to train residents and anyone who's interested in gardening so that they can sort of create their own satellite gardens.
Wow. Okay.
So if you want to get involved, we're always looking for volunteers.
Okay.
And you can sign up on our website.
Okay, and what is that website
It's
address?
www.rbcra.com.
Okay, and what is the phone number in case someone don't have the internet where they can call, look up the website?
We're at 561-844-3408.
Okay.
We also have, you can also rent one of our specific planter boxes we have in case, so then if you want to come in and volunteer, you can work in the general public's planting areas, but you can also rent your own and then you can plant your own custom garden at our community garden.
Okay.
And hopefully we'd like to expand and put more satellite community gardens throughout the city.
Wonderful, yeah. Get people back in the habit of growing their own food. You know, it's more organic that way, more healthy for us. So wonderful, that's a great idea. Are there any other activities or projects that are coming up or services that we have available for our residents that we want to include in this segment?
Yes. We have, of course, our Clean and Safe Ambassador program.
Yes.
I would. Their primary mission is to help all over the CRA. They clean the streets and the sidewalks. They pick up trash.
Okay.
They also are our ambassadors. They are stationed at the marina to greet our visitors. They run a shuttle at the marina when our parking lot is full, if people park in the overflow parking lot, then they provide a shuttle service. And they also help manage and run our marina village. And that actually, that would lead me into talking about that's a great opportunity.
Exactly. I was about to ask you because that has been the talk of the town is our Marina Event Center.
Well, I'm glad.
Yes.
It's been very popular.
Uh-huh.
It's actually rented right now on weekends all the way through September.
Wow.
So we're very
Wow.
happy at how successful it's been.
Yes.
The city council invested in the first phase of the marina project, and we would encourage all residents to go down there and visit.
Yes.
We have a new children's water fountain, so if you want to bring your kids down there, it's running all the time.
Wonderful. Okay.
And that's down in our new Bicentennial Park, so you can also come down and enjoy the small beach that's there, or have a picnic at the park and enjoy the fountain.
Wow. Now, what about, we have a new restaurant down there too now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The Rafiki Tiki.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people miss the original tiki that was
Yes.
down on the waterfront.
Yes.
And we were without food and beverage at the marina. So that just opened just recently in the last 2 weeks. So
Good. So
we're
we
excited
probably
to
have some people
that.
come down and hang out there for a little bit and have some food while they're down there. I do know there have been several different maybe outside organizations that have been able to rent Bicentennial Park to have different festivals. So that's available for people if they would like to do that. But we're also trying to do something similar to that as well, have some different activities coming up
Yes.
for our community to be able to participate in, like the food truck we mentioned,
Yes.
right? And what are some other things we have possibly coming up?
We'd like to have movies in the park,
Uh-huh.
where one night a month you can come down to Bicentennial Park and watch movies and have some popcorn outside.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we want to have some food truck events. And we'd also like to bring some music events
Right.
sponsored by the CRA in the city.
Right.
The city and the CRA have invested a lot of money into the marina. And what's really exciting and coming up is the Phase 2 project.
And what does that, in a couple of sentences, what would that be about?
So we've put in all of the investment in the infrastructure.
Right.
So now the site is ready to bring in the private development, which will bring a lot of the jobs and economic development that it's designed for.
Yes.
That includes, we're hoping to attract a hotel, a couple of new waterfront restaurants.
Right.
And try and get some entertainment venues down there too, something to make it a real attraction. We want to make it locally relevant. We want our residents to feel comfortable and excited to come down and enjoy a Friday night out at our waterfront.
Right.
And we also want to make it attractive to the tourists who are visiting the area and make it and keep it as busy as possible.
Right, right. Well, Mr. Evans, is there anything else you want to share with our community? As we wrap up with this segment, I think we have provided quite a bit of information. And if they didn't know what the CRA was all about at the beginning, I think they're well versed in it now. Give me one more time the contact information, just in case we have some people that want to rent our Marina Event Center, or if they're interested in coming down to, or just contacting you all for any information regarding our neighborhood services or any of the developments that are taking place.
Okay, again, our contact number is 844-3408.
Okay.
And you can also reach us through our website, which is www.rbcra.com.
Okay.
And I would just mention that I would really encourage residents to find out if you're in the CRA, and if you own your own home, we'd love for you to come in and visit us and see if we can provide a grant to make some improvements to your home.
Right.
And also, we're reaching out to local contractors.
Okay.
Because a lot of our grant programs will allow us to utilize local contractors. So
Okay.
if you're interested in performing work either on commercial businesses or on homes through our improvement program, we'd like you to come in and fill out an application so that we can get you signed up and want to be one of our vendors.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Evans, for coming out today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We'll be right back. We have Mr. Jonathan Evans, our new city manager for the city of Riviera Beach. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hi, welcome back to Let's Talk Riviera Beach with Councilwoman Kashamba Miller Anderson. Today we have joining us in this segment Mr. Jonathan Evans, our new city manager.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
As I explained to you all before, the purpose of the show is to try to provide our community members with information about what we have going on here in the city. And with you being our new city manager, I wanted to provide an opportunity for you to let the people know who you are and, you know, what are the wonderful plans you have for our city.
Well, I certainly appreciate the opportunity to serve in this capacity. It's certainly humbling to serve as a city manager, especially in what I would say the greatest city here in Palm Beach County, and will soon be the greatest city in the state of Florida because of some of the positive things that are going to happen here in Riviera Beach. I come to Riviera Beach by way of Sarasota County. I was the assistant county administrator in Sarasota County for a period of 6 months. And what I found out in Sarasota County is that I really missed the city side. Prior to that, I was the city manager in Haines City for a period of about 3.5 years and served as an assistant city manager. And then my municipal government career really began in Parks and Recreation with the city of St. Cloud. From there, moved to the town of Celebration, then from town of Celebration, city of Largo, where I served as the assistant to the city manager. And so for those folks that have ever served in that capacity or interested in that capacity, it's everything that falls on the city manager's desk. Your job is to catch that. And so that has provided me an opportunity to move up the ranks. And so when I was on the county side, I said, you know what, I really miss being a city manager. And so I looked for opportunities, and in the advertisement when it said we're looking for a progressive, dynamic leader, I said, this is a community and an organization I want to be part of. So I'm glad to be here. My educational background, I have a master's degree in public administration from the University of Central Florida, a bachelor's degree from the University of Central Florida in social work, and then I have an MBA from the University of St. Leo with a concentration on human resources management. And then I'm also a credential manager. And the credential manager says you have the requisite skills and abilities to serve in that executive capacity as city manager. There's only 1,300 of us worldwide, so it's something that I'm very proud of. We have core tenets and ethics that we have to subscribe to. So certainly this is something that for a long time I've trained myself and gotten the appropriate education to serve in this capacity, and just excited about the great things that we're going to have going on here at Riviera Beach.
Wonderful, and we're certainly excited to have you because we know that during your interview you discussed a lot of great ideas. And what are some of those things that you would like to see happen here in Riviera Beach?
One of the most important things is for us to establish excellent working relationships with our residents. Yes. I know it's important for all the council members as well as the public to really pull the veil back of government and be transparent. And so it is critically important that we give the elected officials the appropriate information to make good, sound public policy decisions, as well as the residents knowing that they are involved in this process. The word community, when you break that down, it's common and unity. And I really do believe that the residents of this community, the elected officials, want to see transparency. They want to see good government. The authority that government has is derived by the public's agreement to be governed. And so there's some great responsibilities that come along with that. Also, one of the great opportunities we have is to engage the press in a proactive way. We have some challenges in our community, but it's not uncommon, the challenges we have. But we also had a lot of great young people and a lot of great senior citizens that are doing exceptional things to really move the mark here in Riviera Beach. So it's important for us to tell our own story, to communicate in an effective manner, to understand the relationship with the press, and how do we move forward. So one of the first things that I would like for us to do is to have a conversation with the Palm Beach Post editorial board, to let them know who we are, what we're about, the change in direction that we're going. The plan, the 150-day plan, is really one basic component. It's one city, one vision, for us all to coalesce behind moving the organization forward. We understand that there's some challenging times ahead, and William Shedd has an exceptional quote that says, "A ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for." And I think it's appropriate, considering some of the beautiful amenities we have in our community, that we are ready to set sail. We are ready to see economic development opportunities that raise the gainful employment for our community, to create that economic wealth that the council is so passionate about, because that's going to attract the businesses, the restaurants, this sense of location and place that they're looking for. Also, from the staff side, making sure that our employees know that we serve the citizens. If you look at the org chart, it is the citizens, the elected officials, and then everybody else. And realizing how important it is to have that honest, open communication, and to not see them as taxpayers, but as stakeholders, that they are investors in this corporation, this municipal corporation. And so having that really good working relationship with the elected officials, with staff, with our press partners, I really think we can turn the tide.
I believe so too.
Our finances is so critically important. You know, our infrastructure, how do we invest in our infrastructure? How do we engage the public so they're well informed about some of the infrastructure investments and the challenges we have? Going out and talking to the community, letting them know that the city manager's office and City Hall is their house. And so come in and let us know. By no means do we have the market captured on intelligence.
Right,
and so
of course.
we want to hear the good, the bad, and the indifferent, so we can help address the challenges that we have here in Riviera Beach. And one of the things that I think is important is how do we engage our young people and work with our partners on the county level, both on the school board as well as the Board of County Commissioners, and really work with them to address some of the challenges that we're seeing in our educational institutions, as well as, you know, some of the infrastructure investments where we can partner up with the county as well as our other adjacent neighboring cities. You know, what's good for Riviera Beach is good for Palm Beach Gardens, and which is good for West Palm. So certainly looking forward to establishing those relationships and working with the elected officials. From the interactions I've had with the elected officials, they're ready to really do some things that are positive and to really start changing the perception that others have about our community and really move the mark.
Right, right. And that's what it's all about. You know, I've heard many of the employees said that you've been coming around to the different departments, and, you know, that I think for them says a lot, that you really care about, you know, each individual employee. And so are you taking department by department and going around, and also will you be going around to the different community sites and having little town halls with our with our residents?
Yes, and one of the major components of the plan is to really get out there and talk with the employees and interact with the employees. I've had the opportunity to meet a good number of employees, and any opportunity that I have to see them out on a work site, I try to stop and shake their hands and tell them thank you, because no city manager is successful if their employees are not successful. Right. And so we have to support them. We have to ensure that they have the tools and the necessary resources to be successful, because I don't ever want a situation to say, you know, Mr. City Manager, we couldn't address that because we have neglected to provide the appropriate resources in the budget to tackle those challenges. Right. And so I have made it a point to reach out to the employees, to even, you know, in some cases buy pizza for the employees, just to let them know I appreciate what you do, and sometimes we don't say thank you enough. Right. And we have some exceptional employees here, and they are committed to really making Riviera Beach the community that we all envision it to be. But on the resident side, that is one thing that I'm extremely passionate about. I have already been requested to speak at some churches and some civic associations, and one of the things the plan calls for is a speakers bureau, that if somebody would like to have an elected official or have the city manager speak at an event or program, you know, I'm a phone call away, and I want to get out of the office and interact with the residents, because they have a lot of historical knowledge, and being new to the community, being new to South Florida, I need to know what are some of those challenges, the backstory behind some of those issues, so I can provide good public policy recommendations to the elected officials so we can address the challenges that our community faces. But absolutely, I think it's critically important to get out there and meet the residents. I want to have coffee or breakfast with the city manager, and so I've got a couple locations that are strategic throughout the community that I'll be reaching out to those particular restaurants and inviting the respective council person in that district to join me, because I think it's good for them to see the relationship between the manager and the council, that we're in this thing together and we're a team.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, working together as a team to move our city forward. What is the number that we could have our residents or any business partners contact your office to inquire about the Speakers Bureau, or just whatever information they may want to inquire about in your office?
One of the big things that I would encourage anyone, if you are interested in interacting with the city manager and the city manager's office, if you visit our website, if you go to Riviera Beach, rivierabch.com, and click on the tab that says City Management and just click on my name, the contact number as far as the office, my email address, my Twitter account, also on there to promote transparency. I have my employment contract on there. Right. I have the 150-day plan on there. And we're getting ready to roll out a city newsletter, but it's going to be something that you'll get from the city manager's office. And we want it to come out every 2 weeks, and all the departments are going to be required to put information in there. What are we doing? What's going on? What jobs are available? Right. And so we are here to serve the public. We are here to ensure that the elected officials know what's going on, so they're informed, so you can share that information with your constituents. Yes. And so I really believe in an open door policy. I want people to feel comfortable coming into the office, interacting with the city manager. And there's going to be times where philosophically on public policy things we're not going to agree, but I think we owe it to our residents, our employees, to have that open, honest communication so we can really start changing the perception of this community and this organization and work together to accomplish the collective goals and visions that the elected officials have for our community.
I totally agree with you. And as I said before, that was one of the reasons why I wanted you to come on the show and be able to provide this information to our residents and just let them know that you are here to be transparent and you do want their involvement. And so with having said that, is there anything else you would like to add to this conversation before we wrap up?
Well, certainly. I think one of the things that I've heard through the grapevine is that Jonathan is here looking for maybe 3 or 4 years and then move on to the next opportunity, and that's very far from the truth. I want this to be my last city manager job. And so I'm looking forward to working here for a long time, because I want to build the vision that the council has, that the community has for Riviera Beach. There's no reason why economic development opportunities pass us by. There's no reason why we cannot have the same things that our surrounding municipalities have. So I want to be part of the ground floor of that and how we build on that. And so I'm excited. I'm here to be here for a long time. Obviously, city managers serve at the pleasure of the council, but I think when you do the right thing, good things happen, and I'm excited about the team that we have in place with the elected officials, and staff is really coalescing behind the vision. So we're really going to start making some positive traction, and I look forward to meeting the community and working with the elected officials such as yourself and carrying out your collective vision, and definitely celebrating a lot of those ribbon cuttings and creating jobs, and really seeing our young folks ascend to the potential we know that they can ascend to.
Yes. I appreciate you coming and joining us this evening. As I said before, the purpose of having this television show is to bring the information to the homes of our residents. And I think with this vehicle, we'll be able to provide a little more involvement with our community so that they're able to be stakeholders and visibly involved. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan Evans. I appreciate you coming out. This ends our segment of Let's Talk Riviera Beach with Councilwoman Kashamba Miller Anderson. Have a good one.